Well, how's it going, everybody? Another weekend in the garage. Been a little chilly outside. It's supposed to get really cold here in Tennessee. Monday and Tuesday, a little bit of snow, maybe. We'll see what happens. Haven't been doing a whole lot. We've been busy at work. But I will get you caught up what I've done so far and kind of go from there. So in the last video, we were talking about the QA1 shocks and what I had to do to get them to work. And put this side together. I still haven't got that side yet. But when we took things apart, in previous videos, if you notice on the front end, a lot of stuff was rusty. And the bad thing about that was, all that stuff was new. And from just sitting, the guy we got it from, it sat in the back of his truck for a while, so the rain and everything got to it. So the rotors and everything were just rusted up, the calipers, and this was brand new stuff. So I did some cleaning, knocked some of the rust off, did some painting, trying to get to look back decent because it was new parts. So we did that. Took apart all the hardware, cleaned it, the spindle, cleaned all the bolts and everything. Trying to use as much as we can off of it and not buy new, even though this is new, but weather had gotten to it. So basically I've just been cleaning, getting the rust off, did some painting, kind of trying to make it look better so we can put it back on the car. So I'll take you to the other setup, which is the driver's side, just to kind of give you an idea how bad the rust was on it. Here's the driver's side. As you can see, a lot of rust. And like I said before, it's just from sitting, not being used, not being out of the weather. You know, we got new hose lines and everything else. So basically we're gonna take all this apart, clean it, paint it, and get it back on the car. So you can see where the wheels are at. This is the difference. So there's no telling how long it sat. It's got new brake pads on it, new wheel bearings. So that's what we're gonna work on today. Right now I got the little heaters going because it is cold. I got the brake caliper set up. It's getting warmed up so I can paint it. And let's go. So as you can see, I got things taped off before I paint. These are contact areas, so I didn't want paint on them, so I taped them all up. Taped the bleeder. Do the other side as well. Tried to tape off what I could tape off on the piston area. I took a wire brush on a drill, kind of knocked as much off as I could. And getting ready to put some paint on it. I'm going to put a couple of light coats, let it tack up, hit it again, and let it tack again, do a final layer on it. And went with an odd color choice, but I wanted to kind of pay homage to the original engine that was in this thing. So this is the color the caliper is going to be. So on here it kind of looks green, but it's actually a yellow. Kind of offset some of the black. And like I said, just pay a little homage. Because this is what color the valve covers are going to be. So pardon me, the camera's shaking a little bit. Kind of get up in here a little bit. We'll let that tack up and put a second coat on. Time for a second coat. So let's get that on there. All right, second coat's on. Let that tack up and then we'll do our third and final coat. And let's put the third coat down. Final coat, let that dry, and then we can get it on the car. But while I was letting that dry out for the third coat, went ahead and got the other lower control arm out. Got this piece cut off of it. Now I can go in here and clean all this up, put a coat of paint on it, let it dry, and then also got to drill these holes out and get it back on the car. That off to the side, it's almost dry. I got the lower A arm over here, getting warmed up with the heater. So the paint over here, I've got the other paint warming up. So while that's going on, I'm gonna go ahead and swap these ends out, like we did the last time. And it's fairly easy to do. So, hope we don't mess up with me while I'm on camera. So, we get that side popped out. And then take my rubber mallet. And get my little punch over here. I'll lay into there. We got that one out. Now we're gonna get this one out and put it on the front shock. Kind of do the same thing. Pull that one out. Now these can go back in the box till later. Now we'll get this one tapped back in. The front part's gonna get this back on because it's a little cool out. And get it realigned. kind of lined up there. So that's ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get my anti-seize on the threads here. And get all these put down to the bottom. And we'll be almost ready to put this thing in. Got a nice coat on that. It's just about dry to get ready to put on. Caliper's almost there. So while that's still curing, we'll let this one sit about another 10 minutes or so and get it back on the car and get the coilovers back on it. Put the lower A-arm back in. Now we're gonna put the coilovers in, get them snugged up. If I can find the hole. There we go. Put on there hand tight for the moment. Bring this up. And now we're gonna get her centered up a little bit. We got that side on. Still got to put the spindle and everything on, but I still got to take them apart, clean them, and paint them. So, see if I can get the caliper on the passenger side on. And Allen wrench, tighten that up. Should be back on there. Okay, got the Allen bolt tightened in the back here. It's been a while since I did forward brakes, so I forgot about those clamps, the way they set up. But got my anti-seize on. We can slide back and forth. Don't look too bad. I'm gonna get a new center cap for these, but not too shabby. So we almost got the front end back together. So that side's basically just about complete. I still gotta get some upper A-arm ball joint rubbers to put in on both sides, because the ones that were on it over time dry rotted. That's the same too, because they were brand new. So I gotta get 2 of those, and that'll seal all that up. Get everything more or less tightened up. Get the Carter keys in. Get this side done. And get it tied in. And that's gonna be about it, minus putting brake lines in, but that's gonna be later on down the road. So that, guys, got a little bit more stuff done. And remember, there's times you're gonna feel like you're gonna walk out to your garage and you just don't want to deal with anything. Trust me, I've been there and here a lot lately. Even if it's just an hour a day, every other day, you know, it's progress. And now once I get all this done, that'll more or less take care of everything in the front. Then I can move on to underneath the car, start getting the rust off the frame. Finish buttoning up some welding underneath on the trans tunnel and get that done and out of the way. Get back into the car, get all that tied in together with the rear seat area. And then we need to talk about roll bar. But that's a little bit down the road. But other than that, guys, you have a good one, a safe one, and I'll see you down the road.